All right. We are back again. Hopefully. Okay. So, probably not going to be a long stream today. Am I working? Hold on. Yes, I am. Okay, cool. We're just going to do some line work. We're going to do some fun line work. Because... you know. I need to...
so alien from anything that we understand in the West that it may stretch your skulls a little. I don't know. Because, of course, integration means that you get two aspects of yourself together, you acknowledge them both as you, the conscious and the unconscious. The power of the ego so in every art, one realizes there comes a point where your will is exhausted. You've tried everything to make something work.
I'm really curious if the stream's going to get taken down. Gotta find out. Trying out a different channel today. But they had really nice music. So.
Which we variously call grace, inspiration, or tariki. And the problem that everybody's always wanted to know is how to make that happen.
Okay, so this is going to be a fun piece to finish out. I'll need to redesign the poster, but we'll see about that. Figure that out. I think there's enough here. Maybe a little bit cleaner than it should be. There should be a bit more in different places. But at the same time, maybe it shouldn't be too cluttered. Okay, the nice thing is this curtain covers up a whole lot, so don't have to worry about. Actually, I probably should do. What are the windows first? Is that correct? That's not correct. Yeah. I guess we know where is it. Or, actually, you know, that might be correct, because this would sit inside the little thingy. right. Yeah. We still have a long way to go here, but we are making progress. Let's go. That should, in theory, work. Okay, so I'm not gonna bother with anything like that. I kind of want to just do the geometry. Yo, what's up, Trippy? Good to see you. Also, what the heck? Why isn't this working? Oh, there it goes. It's a little slow. And I think that worked. I can't actually read it. I'm testing out having chat on screen. I'm not sure if it's working or not. Maybe I can play some metal music. I'm kind of playing the opposite of metal music right now. I kind of felt like doing some chill stuff. But I don't know. Maybe we'll see here. It has been a little while since I really listened to metal. Problem is, man, like I want to listen to more like Elder and stuff like that. But Elder's part of Orchard Records, and Orchard Records freaking sucks because they're part of Sony. So I don't really trust them. And even like Slift has been kind of getting hammered every now and again. Sucks. Testing this out. So far it seems like this is fine, which is good. So if I need like good chill stuff, I might go with this channel. Come on. That's so annoying. You're a coconut. Indeed you are. You gonna go crash TF2? Shout out to everyone who got that reference. Although it isn't true, actually. This is really funny. Let's There, okay. None of this is really necessary. What up, skunks? Good to see you. Oh no, you're coconut tree right now. Don't hit anyone in the head on your way down. That wouldn't be good. How do I just do it by hand? Or do I bust out the ruler? Yeah, I think I can do it by hand. Feeling kind of steady today, which is nice. What's up, Lily? Hope you're doing good. And maybe I can change the text. 1 second, hold on. Thank you. Let's see here. Give me a second. I'm gonna see if I can change the text a little bit of the box. Love the pig. There's a pig. Oh, this, it was supposed to be a unicorn. It didn't end up looking like a unicorn though. I'm trying to figure out, because there's no text on screen, which is a little funny. There should be though. I might have to look into that later. It might be a little too distracting right now. Yeah, nah, I didn't put a whole lot of effort into the shape of the face. Maybe I should draw a little pig though. You know what? I'm gonna put in a little pig. That won't be too hard. Okay. So, little stuffed pig. How do I want him to be shaped? I want him to be like little head, little snout, and little floopy ears, and little fat body. And the little leg sticks out like so. Or maybe like that. Gotta have the curly tail. Piggy bank? Oh, that's a good call actually. I should do a piggy bank as well. Yeah, that's another thing I should add. There we go. What's up, Luna Wolf? Hope you're doing well. Piggy bank should go. Where should the piggy? Like probably up here. Honestly, I'm not sure. Maybe up here. No, we'll put it here. Hold on. This. Slot on top. And pigs have these funny droopy ears that are like really make them the little goofballs that they are. Probably should be a little bit bigger, honestly. Yeah, we're gonna make you a touch bigger. Yeah, I actually really like that. If anybody else has any good ideas of what to add into the room, now is your time to do it. There we go. I just realized I'm inking this. It works, but there. Nah, I don't think she'd be into coconuts. At least not having them around her room. Although she does like beaches and stuff. Seashells and whatnot. That's why she has little seashells. Tell you what. I'll put... where would I put it? Up here? Maybe like... poster... Would a poster go up here? Nah. Oh, I'll worry about that later. So, piggy bank. There we go. Okay. Back to inking. All right. Yeah, I don't know why the text isn't showing up on screen. That's kind of unfortunate. Text shadow, line left, line right. Whoa, what in the world? Line left, text color. For whatever reason, it disappears if it's all the way on white. That's interesting. Okay, well, that'll do. So we'll go with kind of a blue tint as well. There we go. Okay, fix it. Cool. Been a little warm these last few days. What do I think about the school year starting? I'm trying not to think about it, to be honest. Got a few changes that are going to be coming with that, unfortunately, on my side. So, a lot I got to figure out. I am getting closer to getting my teaching license, though, so I'll be able to get some balls rolling there, and hopefully be able to make ends meet. But we'll see. Yo, Kahuna! It's been a long time, man. Way too long. Hope you're doing well, man. I was actually thinking of reaching out to you. Just saying hi. Might do that after stream. So I'm not going to be teaching, unfortunately. I'm going to be substituting this year. So unfortunately, like I said, I've had to kind of move on from my previous position. So I got to figure that out. It's a little bit sketchy, honestly. I was really looking forward to teaching, but it just didn't work out that way. So it is what it is. I always knew I was going to move on, but it could have been at a better time, honestly. Trying to get some other things going as well. No one male teachers. It's not that, honestly. They really wanted to keep me. They just couldn't, realistically. That's the thing. They liked me as a teacher. It's the way that things worked out, unfortunately. See how what works? The two streams? Because I see you've been popping over from one side to the other. Hope that's working good. I like having I like it that the all the chats on screen now, so everyone can see it all at once. I gave her this like weird alien doll thing. I was like, because I swear the way that they design like some dolls is really bizarre. Very like long limbs and stuff. Kid's bedroom? Yeah. This is Addie's room. This is the girl that the monster kids hang out with. So this is her closet as well that they first show up in. Man, it always just reminds me. So when I was younger, so my oma, my grandma, she was an avid doll collector, like unbelievable amount of dolls that she collected, hundreds of them. And of course, we would go there as kids and we would, spend the night or whatever while we're visiting and everything. And of course, you know, you'd have to sleep in like the living room or something like that, where there were just like dolls everywhere, all staring forward, unblinking eyes, and you just are laying there praying that they never blink. Yes, actually, we called her Oma. She wasn't directly German, but she grew up basically being raised by directly German immigrants. So that was kind of carried over. Hey, Brunner, good to see you. Sleep time. Yeah, it was oh, and let me tell you something. Growing up watching The Twilight Zone, talking Tina, that didn't help. That did not help a lot at all. If anyone's ever seen that episode, yeah, that's a bad combination. Swam through the moon. Where was it? Sea of Serenity? Sea of Tranquility? Ocean of Storms? Beautiful oceanfront property out those ways. For a Call of Cthulhu, I never have actually. I've heard of it. I've heard of the tabletop game, but no. Truthfully, I've not done a lot of. I've only played D&D like, or tabletop gaming and stuff like that like twice, technically 3 times if I count like the first time when I was hanging out with a cousin of mine, and we didn't have any pieces, anything or anything like that. Like, we were just doing it because he knew most of the rules, and he just knew it so well that he could run it. We started a kind of improv session of Shadowrun, which was a lot of fun actually. Looking back at it, I didn't fully understand it because when he said an RPG, like I thought, oh, you know, like a video game or whatever. So that's kind of how I was thinking of it. But I started to kind of understand it as he explained it. But other than that, I've only, you know, tried a couple sessions of D&D. Wish you had grown up. How long has Call of Cthulhu been around? I would love to do more tabletop gaming. I just never have had a really good crew. I've tried it with some people and it just didn't really work. It wasn't the right crew. I've had an idea. I've wanted to do a scenario where you're essentially conscripts, like private conscripts for basically fantasy World War I. I thought that would be pretty cool. So you have like this very like tense geopolitical kind of structure that you're trying to navigate on top of everything. You have like cults and conspiracies and all this crazy stuff. I think it'd be pretty fun. I'd have to rework a lot of the classes though to do like firearms and different skills and stuff like that. You run fun games? Yeah, I know you guys, a lot of you guys run stuff, so I don't know. Maybe I'll throw my hat in and see if anyone's interested. Yeah, for sure. It's been a while since I've even like watched, you know, like a campaign online or whatever. The first time I really like understood the potential of like tabletop gaming and stuff like that, I watched I don't know if anyone remembers Node from back in the day. Node is Corridor Digital's like gaming channel essentially, or it was. Kind of still is, more or less, but they did some tabletop gaming, and like I had never seen it, like really seen it before that point, and I was like, oh, that's kind of cool actually. It's not just you going through like scenarios like a board game, which is what I kind of thought it was. You're actually like collaborative storytelling. Yeah, for sure. Character Roomba? Oh, is he a vacuum cleaner? Oh, that's... I'm having trouble. Oh. Oh, goodness. Oh, man. I've come up with ideas for characters that I think would be fun to play, but again, haven't had the chance to do anything with them really. She has the very bad habit of leaving CDs out. outside of their jewel case. Never do that. The slug is the closest thing we can encounter to alien. I like slugs. Slugs are fun. Put a little snail down here. Maybe I should do a slug as well, but maybe another time. Seems like an interesting character. That's good. All right, so let's go ahead and do. What's up, Bean? Good to see you back. Hope you're doing well. Oh my goodness. What app is this? This is Clip Studio Paint, one of my favorite drawing programs. Has a lot of really great features. So, for example, this is a neat one. It can actually do like 3D objects. So I'm able to import like this cube, and I can move it any way I want to get a nice bit of perspective. And I use that to kind of map out where I wanted the walls to be. So yeah, good stuff. And there's tons of stuff you can like download from people who have made it, or you can import your own 3D models. I've done that a lot for a comic I've been working on. Speaking of the comic is out. It is available for early viewing over on my Ko-Fi. It'll be out for public next week on Tuesday. As well, if you want to pick up the digital versions of the first two chapters in whole, those are available as well. So if that's something that might be interesting to you, I believe there should be a link to my Ko-Fi down below. That's where all that is. I also uploaded all of chapter 1 and 2 on like Twitter, Kara, and Ko-Fi as well, actually. So you can read it there if you'd like.
This is your life. This is the only one you got.
Yeah, I've been using Clip Studio Paint for how long has it been? Almost 10 years now? I think it was 2016 that I switched over to it. I think. Something like that. My brother let me borrow his copy and I was able to install it. I actually do need to upgrade at some point to version 3.0 because 3.0 has audio scrubbing for animation, which is very nice. Microsoft Paint, hey, Microsoft Paint is getting layers, or it already has layers, I think. So it is a legit art program now. You could actually legitimately do stuff in Microsoft Paint. Heck, I've seen people freaking paint photorealistic stuff in Microsoft Paint. It's all about your understanding of the fundamentals, man. All it comes down to. It's legit. Okay. Kahuna, like most of the time, you're a walking nude self-portrait. Most of the time, you're not even walking around with a shirt on, like. You're a work of art unto yourself, my friend. See? I didn't even need to be there. That did sound like it was a good time, though. It looked like we got a lot of fun pictures out of that and all that. We need to do a West Coast version somehow. There's no way I was going to be able to fly out all the way to East Coast to do that. 11%. Yeah, something like that. Okay, making some progress here. Portland projectile vomit. Yeah, nah. There's plenty of areas outside of Portland, though. All I'm saying is I might know a few places 60 miles out in Portland, a certain direction. Might be pretty dang familiar with that area.
24 hours.
Hmm.
24 hours.
Try that, I suppose.
24 hours. In time, would you say you ought to be able to wrap this up in 24 hours?
Gosh, I'd love to be able to finish this in 24 hours. That'd be awesome. But probably not. Alright, let's see here. I need to design the poster. Richard has been putting all of his music on YouTube. That's cool. Oh, that was it. Okay, that was it there. But there's a whole nother volume. It's 40 minutes long. And there's a third one as well. Have I messed with AI music? Nah, I've seen it, but I'm not really... I like to play music. I don't like to sit there and type on a keyboard. Kind of crazy. Hello, Stephen. It is the Stephen. From the universe, apparently. Are they bringing back like every single cartoon show that was popular back in the 2010s? Like they just decided, well, we don't know what to do. I guess we'll see how that works out. I don't know. How's the drawing going? Going good. We're just getting some line work done on the room here. And every now and again I'll throw something extra in there. I still do feel like I need a little bit something extra in some places, but not sure exactly where. The nice thing is, like, with this line work and everything like that, it's not too hard to put stuff in. I was able to put that at the beginning as well. Oh, thank you. I do my best. I wish I was a little bit faster, honestly. Come on. Do I know Steven yours? I've heard of the show or whatever. I don't think it'd really be my thing though. I never really bothered with it myself. Oh, come on. Okay. Language fun, but you're garbage at it. It takes... It's kind of funny. It can be tricky at times. don't like that that's kissable like that, so we're actually... So this is something, okay, you know, you talk about line work being hard, so here's one of the things to keep in mind. You don't want to have what I call tangents, for those of you who don't know. I'm sure you probably know skunks, since you do a lot of drawing, but for people who don't know, tangents are when lines like this kiss or come a little too close. What it does is it flattens objects and makes them feel like they're not as separated as they should be. Let's see. Funny enough, I actually do think that, like, line work and whatnot is kind of more my bread and butter, due to my experience with animation, and it's kind of the way I think, honestly. I had for a long time, I had the hardest time with thinking in shape. So when you're painting, I wonder if I can do a quick example. So when you're painting, you're wanting to think, let's just grab gouache, there we go. Okay, so let's go ahead, let's paint just a nice blue shape, right? With painting, you want to think in terms of, you're obviously not thinking in line, right? You're thinking in volume, you're thinking in shape. And what that means is from the get-go, you're thinking, okay, where is the light hitting? How can I portray the light's hitting? And how's that light transform from one end of like a cube to another, right? So for example, if the light's coming from, say, this direction here, or let me show you on the other side. So from here, right? So that means that this is the brightest spot. That means that the side here would actually be a lot darker. So now we're thinking, okay, let's darken that side. And okay, so we already kind of got a cube kind of shape going here. And we're actually gonna also kind of blend in, and now we're thinking, okay, how's the light like reflect off the surface of the ground and whatnot? So let's go ahead and give a bit of a gradient going up. Right. And we're also thinking of bounce light. So the light's going to be bouncing around on the ground, the surface of whatever it's on. So that would mean that this would actually be a bit brighter as well. So let's go ahead and make that a bit brighter. And this is a really, really quick example here. And yeah, so that's thinking in shape, right? And obviously different shapes have different rules for how the light is going to interact with it based on hard edges, soft edges, all that fun stuff. Like this would be like if I rounded the top of the cube, now we have a soft edge. The soft edge being this right here, right? But we can't just color this dark and then keep this side light, right? That doesn't make any sense because it's a soft edge. So with the soft edge comes soft shading. So maybe we'll dip this a bit darker here. And you blend it and you make it look nice and even. And it slowly, more and more and more light is allowed to hit the surface. So now it looks vaguely more curved. You want to avoid banding, what I call banding. Banding is when you like have very obvious strokes separating your gradient. You want things to blend a little bit more naturally, especially if it's not a perfectly smooth surface, if it's a rougher surface. If it's a rougher surface, it's going to look rough. So that's why I always recommend to my students and stuff like that, if you get into painting, Everyone's first instinct is to grab the airbrush and make everything nice and perfectly smooth. Don't do that. Grab yourself a nice rough brush and play with the texture. See what happens. There. So that's a little bit of thinking in shape. But we aren't thinking in shape. We are thinking in we are thinking in line. And when you're thinking in line, the reason line's tricky is because you have to keep all of that in your head, but you're not portraying it. At least not directly. So for example, let's take this rock for example here. You can see I have these little lines here. What this isn't doing is this is implying gradation. This is implying some kind of interference with the light, right? Line work and inking and stuff like that is very binary most of the time. And so you have to use different techniques like hatching or cross hatching or like really heavy inking to imply different levels of depth. So it's a lot of control you gotta have. Come on, oh my word. Things have been slow on this machine as of late. And I want to make like little debris piles. I do want to apply the other into the glass. Into sketches, yeah. Says no, you just scribble. Yeah, it takes a lot of discipline to be like, no, this is gonna be precise, right? This is gonna tell what it needs to, right? I will say, doing the cleanup on Lackadaisy really taught me a lot as far as that goes. That was just good rote practice that really kind of reinforced some strong concepts for me. And again, just working on my own animations as well. You get really good at it. That's why I've gotten pretty good at like cleanup. Decent at least. But honestly, I would love to do more cleanup. But animation work in general is kind of scarce, even for, you know, like the guild and whatnot included. I'm certainly not part of them, so not sure what the next time I'm gonna get to work on something is. I'm a little sad about that, honestly. I was honestly, man, when I was working on my last short film for Blind King, I loved being able to just wake up and work on it every day. Just being like, okay, I'm just gonna sit for 4 hours, do some work, get up, grab something to eat. At that time, go to classes. But bring all my stuff so I could keep working on it. Because I knew I had to meet deadlines. It was a really good schedule though. It was very fun. I was getting out and watching movies with friends on the weekends. Honestly, I wouldn't mind doing that a lot more. Here's to hoping, I suppose. Problem is, everyone I know is online. Hard to go out and see a movie with people who are online. Okay. Actually, funny enough, I think that sometimes my line work is a little too clean. I have a hard time. I've gotten better, but when I was starting out, I've always kind of been precise with my line work, and it really was kind of a hassle. I had a hard time like sketching. Let's take a quick look at what we've gotten done that's coming along. I actually quite like this. I quite like how this is coming out. It's going to be really fun to have all the color in place and everything. And then I get to chop it all up. And, well, not really, but I'm going to turn it into a series of props based on this concept, because that's what this is. This is concept art. And then I'm going to build a 2D scene in a 3D program using basically kind of billboard style props and such. So that'll be fun. I'm going for a kind of like theatrical kind of look, or like a papercraft kind of look. Think Paper Mario, but slightly less crafty. Speaking of Paper Mario, man, I need to play that game again, the original. Now, Thousand Year Door got a remake. Is the original getting a remake? Did I hear anything about that? I would love if the original actually got a remake. That'd be amazing. Because I'm not gonna lie, I kind of think the original is a better game. Sacrilegious, some might say. Howdy doody. Howdy do indeed, there, guilty gearhead. Okay. What am I drawing tonight? I am drawing a room. A child's bedroom. Complete with stuffed cat. Which I have a whole idea for like a in-story show that the characters watch about a stupid cat that gets into all this trouble. So I'll probably do something fun with that at some point. That's all my own control. I don't use smoothing. I don't like smoothing. That's all just, yeah, rote motor practice. I've drawn a lot of circles. Asian Scratchy. Not quite. More like Sergeant Frog. But I guess kind of same idea in that it's a cartoon within a cartoon. But yeah, so that is something that I do. Try to do skunks is actually just have control over the lines. This is a like snail shell, or maybe it's like a hermit crab shell. A hermit crab. Hermit crab shell. Oh yeah, no, it's a hermit crab shell. Okay, cool. Makes more sense. I guess actually. Sure. That's good enough. I remember practicing spiral shells a lot because I would draw a character with a shell on her head. So I had to figure out. I wonder if I could draw like how fast I can sketch that character. Let's take a little bit of a break here and see how fast I can actually draw her. Yeah, I need to remember how to draw the side of her head. She was, funny enough, she was based on a hermit crab. I do want to work on this story again, her story again. Something like that, and then she has her head underneath, and the eyes are kind of tucked under. I haven't drawn this character in a while. I think the last time I drew this character was Inktober of 2023 or 2022. It's 2023 of 2023. I drew her for an Inktober prompt. Weird little doohickeys on the side of her head. I think the shell's maybe a little bit big, but that's alright. It's kind of awkward. She had the little weird antenna peeler things coming out of her neck. And a hoodie that she can't wear. The hood part, because she has a giant shell on her head. And then I can't remember which. I think it's her left hand. She has a big old claw. Even though that's a fiddler crab thing, not a hermit crab thing, I don't care. I will say one thing that really helped my line work was doing a lot of ink sketching. So just taking in, like an ink brush and sketching with that rather than like a pencil brush like this. That, I don't know, there was something very like exact about that. So I started doing that a lot, and that really helped my ink, or my line work quite a bit. But yeah, so that's Sammy, more or less. Oh. Squids from Splatoon. Funny enough, like, I'm pretty sure I came up with... When did Splatoon come out? It's been a while. That has been out for a while, hasn't it? I don't think I was inspired by that. Certainly wasn't on my mind when I was drawing her. But I mean, she does have, you know, I mean, she's based on a shellfish, so. 2015 was the first one. So it was out when I came up with the story and some of the designs, because I came up with her design in 2016, I think. Yeah. Boy, yeah, that was a long time ago now. I'll have to get back to that story at some point. Man, that franchise is almost 10 years old now. What the heck? Oh yeah, and she has like this crack on it as well. I could never draw cracks when I was younger, but now I can, so. Yeah, I'll need to... I miss drawing these characters. I really liked drawing them. And then you'd always do a bit of hatching under the eyes to give it this look. There we go. Yeah, there you go. There's Sammy. Hard to believe it's almost been a decade. Yeah, no, it's crazy, man. It's crazy, like... Because, like, you know, the equivalent would be, like, a game coming out in 2005. And then, of course, 2015, right? But, like, how many... take, for example, like, League of Legends, right? That game is still relevant, somehow. I know... I taught kids who played it, right? Or who, like, actively played it, right? Not like as many, like it's not as popular, like, because when I was in high school it was super popular, like tons of kids played it, right? If you're a kid who played PC games, like half of that crowd played it, right? That's not so much the case now, at least in the crowds that I've been in, but the kids that I've taught. But still, it's still around. It's like, okay, how many games, like online competitive, like multiplayer games that came out in like 2002 were still played in 2012? It's like, you had like Halo 2, you did have that, but that wasn't like relevant, right? Like you had people who were playing it, but they were the ones who like played it, you know, who like got it on day one or were playing it. And it's just crazy how long games are kind of expected to last now. Like I remember I've seen people like post, it's like, the game can't, you know, give you 10,000 hours of content, and you know, why even bother? It's just like, bro, that's freaking crazy. Like that's nuts. I don't think I've ever put 10,000 hours into a single game. You want an animator? Go for it. I could send you some like concept sketches and stuff like that over if you want later on. I got some old art. Yeah, you know what? Why I can. I'm gonna save the sketch in a separate layer here. There we go. So it's not in the way. But for the fun of it, oh, push this off to the side here. I can share some of this stuff. Because this is an idea that I've had for a long time. It's actually in my, wow, it's so old. It's in my other hard drive. Okay, I've done so little for this in such a long time. And this is like old artwork, so you'll see how I originally used to draw. Wait, League came out in 2009? Is that true? Thank you, Teddy. I appreciate it. We're taking a little bit of a break while I share some old art from when I was not just starting out, but this is pretty old. This is like from like 2016, I think. Some of this stuff. Some of it's from later years, but let me see here. Where's Sammy? Character sheet. What is this? This is old. Yeah, okay. So, yeah, this is a real basic just character sheet set. So, yeah, I've got design stuff, and her design has changed over the years. I probably actually will go more with this look, the more like simplified, streamlined look, because I like that, and it's easier to draw. But let's see. I could show the first drawing I did of her. This is old. This is old here. This is like 2016. Creature concept here. Yes, and it's so old that it's so old that it was drawn on Manga Studio, not Clip Studio Paint, which is what CSP used to be called. So yeah, I've definitely improved since like 2016. So there you go. You can do it. You can improve. Anyway, I should probably get back to this. I might share some stuff later though, because it's always fun to go back to that stuff and take a look at where it's come from. Well, that's what I strive for there, Teddy. Nice peaceful stream for the most part. It doesn't get too rowdy. What kind of stuff you like to draw? Here, 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 to here, to here. Let's see. Draw humans in almost anything? Sounds pretty dang good. Yeah, I'll share some of those designs here later in a bit, because I've got lots of them. There's technically, well, it's technically 6 main characters, 5 main kids in that story. And I really want to. I have the script for it. It's intended to be a 300-page. Do I want it? Yeah, I do. It's intended to be a 300-page graphic novel. So you might be able to, if you think about it really hard, figure out why I haven't done it yet. The nice thing is though, it's a much simpler style. It's a much cartoonier style than like the blanking, and it's black and white. So it's gonna be a lot easier to do. But it is a much heavier story in some regards, because it kind of deals with these kids getting turned into animals. So fun stuff for them. To help you sleep better. I have been known to be a good sleep aid. I'd love to have more people stop by the stream. But alas. Can you eat my art? I mean, in theory, yes. If you like bought one of the prints that I have on my shop and handed it to a baker and said, "Hey, can you print this on a cake?" Because I've seen that. Like you can get like printed pictures on cakes and stuff like that. Apparently, I don't know how they do it, but you can. So in theory, the answer is yes. I actually don't know if my print shop still works. It might. I might need to open up a bakery more than a print shop, huh? Who would have thought? People want to eat more than they want art. Who could have seen that coming? You're just gonna eat your phone. I wouldn't recommend it. It has bad chemicals. Probably. I don't know. I'm not a dietitian. Okay, so now... I'm actually thinking of switching all of my like commercial stuff over to Ko-Fi, my prints and all that kind of stuff. We'll see. Refrain from drawing any type of food. Honestly, like, right now, probably. I'm really hungry. I don't need to be hungrier. Why did I divide the whole... Hey, I'm just saying, you can do it. In theory. If you really wanted to. There we go. We need to finish up this. I don't know if I want to put like a little doily or whatever it's called underneath this or not. Kind of want to. But then again, it's a doily. I'd have to draw a doily. And I really don't want to do that. All right. I catch you there, Teddy, in a minute, I guess. You seem very excited. Whatever could they be up to? I need to get a haircut. My hair is like falling down. Super long. Yes. Yes, I am on the moon. Don't you know? Go to my Twitter. It'll confirm it. Sea of Serenity. Or is it the Sea of Tranquility? I can't remember where I live. I think it's Sea of Serenity. I think I live on the Sea of Serenity. Let's see. Sea of Tranquility. Okay. Yeah, no, I forgot I moved. I used to live on the Sea of Serenity. But then I moved. Funny enough, this layout actually is technically unfinished. I had plans for it, where I was going to have the little light bulb that's right, where is it? If you look right there, mobile won't be able to understand anything about this, but there's a light bulb. If you look, there's a light bulb that's really low that's right next to the little catwalk down there. I was going to have a little character named Nemo walk out, not friggin' Finding Nemo, but my little astronaut guy, my main little character, he was gonna walk out onto that catwalk and change the light bulb when it went out, but I made a crucial mistake, and that was I designed that sidebar in After Effects, and I don't ever want to open After Effects again because it's After Effects. And it's kind of hot garbo. So I need to rebuild it in DaVinci at some point. I just haven't gotten around to it. And then I need to animate Nemo, and then I need to put it all together. I need to figure out how it's going to work though, because the light would have to be separate, and it would have to like kind of randomly do things, so I'd have to do a little bit of research. You use AE? Oh, brother, I feel for you. Welcome back there, Teddy. I mean, surely you understand my pain. Either that or you have not yet been released from the shackles of Adobe's crushing grasp. I look like a sophisticated version of Shaggy from Scooby-Doo. Boy, that is one I've not heard. I like that though. It has been a little bit since I shaved. I do need to shave. And like I said, I need to get a haircut, so no, that's fair. Are these sand dollars or are these like rocks? I don't know. Actually, yes, they're like river rocks. That's right. Nothing feels better than make a stranger laugh. Heck yeah. Bookshelf built. Congratulations there, Trippy. Ugh. There we go. go. The little box full of shells. Dang it. I do want to draw a doily. They're really annoying. Whoever came up with doilies is a doggone menace to artists. They're all like wrinkly, whatever it is. Don't have that many books yet. That's actually kind of a funny thing. My shelves are starting to fill up. I haven't been getting a lot of books myself. I need to finish my Redwall collection at some point. I just finished Uplift War trilogy the other day. That was a very fun read. Very cool. Older science fiction series. So, I actually, honestly, I think it might be some of the first science fiction I've properly read. Well, I did read Ender's Game in school, so there's that. But like having gone out of my way to read it, it might be one of the first proper science fiction series I've actually sat down and read. Oh, that's an awful lot of years. Hope I don't forget. That's not correct. There we go. Something like that. Yeah, something like that. The clicky clacky. That has become a staple of this stream, I will say. I have legitimately been unironically tempted to put ASMR down as a tag. I was actually afraid when I was starting streaming, which, oh my gosh, it's crazy to think. The first time I streamed was in 2016. And then I got back into it late 2017, I think. But I was legitimately afraid that would be like a problem because, like, you know, there's always people complaining about it. But actually, it's kind of the opposite. It seems like a lot of people are like, no, it's kind of nice. It's like, okay, cool. Moving too quickly. That's kind of the key. I don't want to move too quickly. Smooth. Fast is smooth and smooth is fast. Only operates using hotkeys. Hotkeys are the way to go, man. That's the key. That's the key to speed. I don't want to have to think about pressing no buttons on the screen. It's all at my fingertips. Can't do digital art too slippery. Definitely takes a little bit of getting used to. I remember back in the day when the Wacom's had different pens. They had different nib types, and there were nibs that had like a nylon kind of tip to them, and it gave it a little bit more resistance. I really liked those. I don't know if there's any options out there nowadays for stuff like that. I would hope there is, because it is really nice to have those options. So you could look into that, try to find something like that. But I've been drawing digitally, like almost exclusively since I really started getting into art. I bought my first digital drawing pad. It was a Wacom Bamboo Capture. When I was in high school, I did my first short film on that actually, and that's, like I said, that's when I really started getting into art, because otherwise I didn't really draw until then. Got about 20 different nibs for your Wacom. Yeah. I've not really looked into it much for the newer, the 2.0 pen types. The ones with the really thin kind of tips. Nibs, but I don't know if the 2.0s have those alternate tips. How long have I been drawing again? I really started getting into drawing about 10 years ago, like 2013, 2014, I think. Something like that. Yeah, I think it was 2014. I think it was the summer 2014 into 2015. Something like that. And then I was more or less kind of on a hiatus for a couple of years because I was working really hard and then dying really hard. And then got back into it around like 2017, 2018, late 2017. Yeah, so like more or less about 10-ish years. So, honestly, in a lot of ways, I feel like I should be better, but at the same time, kind of all right with where I'm at. I do wish I did more animation, though. I really miss doing a lot of animation. I want to get better at that specifically. The problem is it's kind of hard to justify putting a lot of time into animation if you know, it doesn't pay off, either via work or, you know, something that, you know, people really enjoy or whatever. So I need to start doing smaller projects, little things, to just, you know, get into the mode and build myself up and get my stuff out there. I have ideas, stuff to be done with that, but it still takes time. You haven't improved? I think you'd be surprised. I think if you genuinely look back at your older work, you'd see some improvement. If you've been consistent and just been keeping on it, then there's definitely been some improvement. It's just hard to see it sometimes. And you know, the thing is, you know, there's always this kind of like hubbub around improving and stuff like that, and that's always valid, but at the same time, like, it all depends on what you want to do with it. I mean, yeah, if you want to be like a professional artist and make stuff happen and make a comic and stuff like that, it's good to improve, but if you're just drawing, it's not a big deal if you're not improving, as long as you're enjoying it. I haven't really improved in music in a long time, but that's because music is the thing that I don't have to improve. I don't rely on music in any way. I'm not trying to really make anything happen with music. It's just something to enjoy. One of these days I might do a little bit more with music. Do some songs, release it, or I would really love to do some like live performance stuff. That would be super fun because I have it all set up to be real time for the most part. I can even run the whole thing from a Game Boy. So that'd be really fun to show off and play around with. Already subscribed? I appreciate that. Mine is a long road, so every subscriber really helps. Actually, it reminds me, I need to do more shorts. I need to take these streams and do more shorts with them. The one I put out recently was a lot of fun. It was really cool to put together a little display of my process. So I'd love to do more stuff like that and show kind of the way things work a little bit. That reminds me, I've been sitting on doing a breakdown of an older project of mine. I need to sit down and do it. It's kind of funny. When it comes to like streaming and speaking on camera and stuff like that, no problem, right? Like I've been doing it for so long. But when it comes to, it's like, okay, time to record a voiceover for a for like a video, it's like I don't want to. I don't want to do that. What app do I draw with? I draw with Clip Studio Paint. Hey, nice. That's no small feat. It's always nice when there's a little bit of appreciation for the work. That's for sure. Colonel Cat. Yeah, I'm thinking of changing it to like Corporal Kitty or something like that, or I'm not sure. Instead of Sergeant Frog. Because Sergeant Frog is actually a thing. And it's friggin' hilarious. Alright. Corporal with a K, something like that. Yeah. I don't know. I'll look into it. You only have Ibis paint? Oh, hey. A tool is a tool. Learn to work with what you got. You build it from there. There also is a what do you call it? Trial that you can do. So you can give it a shot and see if you like it. And if you do, save your pennies. Yeah, it's all about the fundamentals. That's the key. That's the thing that you gotta really focus on. Solid line work, volume, perspective, shading, light. Pose. Honestly, one program that I've really found great for just keeping up with doing like quick stuff was Procreate. Procreate was fantastic for just getting in, drawing something, sketching, playing around with ideas, practicing. It's where I really got into the ink sketching style, which was a lot of fun. I'm not gonna lie, it's been a long time since I felt good just drawing like this. This feels really nice. I really like doing line work. I'm beginning to realize something. Maybe I should have known it when I was able to clean up an entire short film by myself, as well as, you know, work on another short film for cleanup. I kind of really like doing line work. It's kind of fun. Possibly therapeutic, yeah. What brush do I use? Let's see here. Oh gosh, it's a little hard to show everyone, but these are actually, I don't know who made them, dang it. They're bot brushes, but they're an ink style brush called Daub Enigma. I really should have a link to some of my brushes, just to, because like it's good to support the artists and stuff like that. I probably will do that next time. I try to remember that next time I stream. Put that link to their Gumroad or whatever it is. Yeah, so those are the brushes that I use. For the most part, though, as far as like styles of brushes that I go for, I tend to go for, like I said, like more textured brushes. It depends on what I'm doing. If I'm doing inking, I like to have a little bit of bite to my brush. So you can see this has a little bit more bite than, say, the base India ink brushes, right? This is very like smooth and stuff like that. I like it to be a little bit crunchier. For painting, it's kind of the same thing. For painting, this is the standard. This is actually just the standard wash brush in Clip Studio Paint now, under oil. I love this brush. This brush is fantastic. It has just such a good feel to it. Great texture, very natural. We also have like the oil paint brush, but you can see like the oil paint brush is just like it's so binary, right? There's not a whole lot of nuance with it. So I don't really use that brush very often. There's also the flat brush. Which flat brushes are pretty nice. I actually might use this one a bit more now that I think about it. Yeah, I love having more of this kind of texture though, with the gouache brush. Honestly, if I were to get into any kind of physical medium, so pointillism, that's the thing. And then we have a gouache blender, which is actually really useful. Use that. Oh, there's also gouache too. Oh, this blends the colors together. Your foreground and your background color. Interesting. Okay, that's maybe useful. I'm not sure. Oh, we also have dry gouache. Oh. A little patterny, but that's okay. Anyway, let's see. Yeah, I was just I was a cleanup artist on it. It's good fun. It's actually a very fun project to work on. Let's see here. Envy those brushes? Yes. It's very nice when you find one that's very nice and textury. The key to good digital painting is get yourself some nice crisp texture. You don't want everything perfect. You give yourself something that kind of guides you as much as you guide it. I most certainly did not make Lackadaisy. Been around for a long time. Yeah, that's what Skunk's Workshop was saying. Oh, are you talking about the brushes? My mistake. But that being said, I didn't make the brushes either. I've done a little bit of custom brush stuff, but not much. If I did, I'd definitely sell them. Should you do a live something? As in live stream? Well, if it seems interesting to you. It's a lot of fun. Nothing to really lose. Oh, I just realized I haven't done that one. When you hit 50 subs? Nice. What's up, Meme House? Got no work done this stream? Oh boy. It's a first. Sometimes it'd be like that. I've done that before where, yeah, it's like, oh, I'm gonna watch this person while I work. No, you just end up chatting for a couple hours. But hey, sometimes we all need that, right? By the way, Skunks, I saw there's your stuff for the game. The trailer you put out a little bit ago. Hope that's going well. Can I show the whole drawing? I sure can. Let's see, you're on the mobile side, I think. So here's what we got. I've been tempted to put a little like display somewhere, so it's a little bit easier to see. But yeah, so this is how it's coming along. This is all the inks done so far. So we still have a ways to go, but we're making good progress actually. I'm pretty happy with this progress today. But yeah, so this is the whole drawing. So I'm doing the ivy right now around a little lamp. To actually keep your eyes on it. Yeah. So proud of your team. That's awesome, man. Teddy has realized something. Oh no. Everyone. Ride the bees. Let's see. All right. Let's do the slower spot here. Keyboard ASMR and light music and art. Yeah, good night. Favorite things in listening. Hey. You're a perfect niche to someone in this world. Everybody's a perfect niche to someone. Guess I chose the right music. I will admit, on occasions, I will listen to not so light music while I work, depending on if I need a little bit of energy. But this has been really nice, having something a little bit lighter tonight. In fact, the music of tonight has been Homework Radio, Lo-Fi for Ghosts. The 3 parts that they have. So if you like it, check them out. And the nice thing is, the stream hasn't shut down yet. Resist the urge to chat and focus on game dev, but make up for it this weekend. Yeah. Sometimes it'd be like that, right? All right, I need to actually do this. Come on. Boy. Having a bit of trouble getting the... I remember when I was younger. Oh man, doing a precise line or correcting a line was the hardest thing. Always very annoying. But the key is to not be too precise. Have the streams gone untouched by YouTube for a while? Yeah, they have. I've been a little bit more conscientious about what I've been listening to. I think it was no, it has been a while. Every now and again, it'll complain, like if I'd listen to Lorne or something like that. But it hasn't shut it down. Found that zooming out helps with hitting the right curve. I like to have more, I like the broader strokes, so I usually zoom in. And I'm able to just use the whole canvas. Oh, trust me. I paid my dues. Actually gonna turn on the lights here. It's starting to get dark. We have light. Just gotta kind of be patient with yourself. It's one of those things where, like, you know, you got to think about it in the way that it is both virtually and literally impossible for you to just pick something up and do it, because you physically do not have the mental paths to make it happen yet, right? You haven't trained it up. And so, like, even if you know all, like information wise exactly what you're trying to do, right? You've read up on like how to do perfect lines or blah blah blah, right? None of that matters because your muscles, your motor control has not been refined at any point. So it's impossible for now, right? So that's how you kind of want to approach it, is be like, okay, well, no wonder I can't do it. It's impossible right now. So that's why you keep working at it, and then eventually it'll not only become possible, but you'll be able to just do it. Why sticking to things is so important. I realized I need to do lights. I think about that when I do like piano, or I guess more accurately, electric organ, and like synthesizers and stuff like that, music stuff. Whenever I'm learning a riff, and it's a tough riff, it's like it is physically impossible for me to play it, right? Even with my, you know, kind of basic ability and stuff like that, relatively basic ability. You know, I can do my scales and stuff like that. Well, that's kind of part of my problem when it comes to just playing things. But I have to sit there and I have to just let my hands learn at their own pace, as it were. Oh, you like the light? Kind of nice having something that gives a little bit of color. Speaking of lights, I just had to do string lights, right? Of course. It's plugged in down here, so it goes all the way out this way. Let's see if we can speed this up. Certainly gives a nice glow. The only downside to these lights is they're the goofy smart lights. I didn't necessarily want to get like something that relied on an app, but they were a really good deal, and I couldn't find ones that just have a remote. Like good ones that are cheap. And so I was like, okay, fine, I'll get the goofy app. And so it's kind of annoying having to load a whole app just to turn my lights off. But it was funny. I had one light bulb. I had one light bulb in that. So it's 3 right now in that fixture for like 7 months, 8 months, or something like that. And then the other lights in my living room went out. So I had one light bulb covering 2 rooms. The light can change colors. 1 second. See what I can do here. So I can do all kinds of things. I can go red. I can go to like a green, something like that. It's kind of nice, honestly. I might do something. I could even do like patterns and stuff like that. So I can do like what's a good one? Like moving lights like this, if it'll load. There it goes. And so they'll just kind of like go through different settings. Gives a little bit of movement. I don't really use that a whole lot though. I just like to have a nice kind of blue light for the most part. But it's nice to have those options. It's a little bit sporadic, honestly. It's kind of why I don't really do much with the dynamic lights. They're kind of sporadic. I want them to be a lot more nuanced. The heck? Is that my blue? I think that's my blue. Not sure. What's that? The wonders of modern technology. But for real, don't get smart devices. Or at least try to minimize the amount of smart devices you use. In my opinion, they're not really worth the hassle. And of course I had to sign like a EULA, agree to a EULA, that, you know, asked me to sell my firstborn child to use their goofy app so I can use the light bulbs that I bought. So that's the big reason I would have preferred to just have a remote. I do want to do a little bit of a light. I feel like there should be like stickers on the jar or something. Like she would do that probably. There we go. That's better. Hey, let's go. Drawing's always good to do. I always encourage people to draw, even people who say they can't draw. If you can hold a pencil and you can put it on paper and scribble something, you can draw. Sure, you might not be Mobius or Mike Manola, but they ain't you. And that's what counts. There we go. And do a little bit of this. There we go. Okay, let's see. It's 8 o'clock now. We've been going for about 2.5 hours. I probably shouldn't go for too much longer, but let's finish the bed here. Now I want to try to do the eyes, like their little felt eyes that are kind of sewn or glued on top. Not just... Same goes for the pupils. Oh, don't worry. If you want, I'll be posting it on Twitter at some point. I'll probably post it on YouTube as well, so if you subscribe, you'll see it. I usually post like finished products in the little posts thing that you can do on YouTube, since I know there's, you know, people on here that don't follow me anywhere else. And so I'm sure you'll see it. I still have quite a ways to go. Ways of a ways, goodness. Quite a ways to go. So this certainly won't be the last stream that I work on this. That's for sure. I wish I could keep streaming, honestly. This has been a fantastic stream. This stream has reminded me in a lot of ways of, like, you know, what it felt like to stream a long time ago. And why I keep doing it. So that's been really nice. Lots changed since I started streaming. It seems like it's harder and harder to maintain this atmosphere. I don't know. I started on Twitch back in the day, and I don't know, Twitch just got more and more loud, I guess is a way to put it. Just everything felt very fake. Just got harder and harder to meet real people in there. Ways of a ways sounds like a long ways. Indeed. But let's see. So I started off, I had only this little corner done today. And if we get rid of the Linework, so I only had this little corner. I got all this done. The ivy and everything like that. So yeah, no, it was a productive stream. Very productive. What would it take to give him a beret real quick? Because he is corporal after all. Corporals wear berets, right? That's how things work, right? Come on. There we go. You're passing out on your couch? You don't know how to work this thing. The iPad or the laptop? Because I'm familiar with both of them now. I actually taught students on iPad. There we go. Yeah, I like that. That's fun. All right, Trippy. Appreciate you stopping by, man, and hanging out. Always good. Another satisfied customer, one that's put to sleep. I don't know. I don't mind being a sleep aid. I think that's kind of cool. I only apologize for when I'm in the mood for listening to French space metal. I don't know. Maybe I'll start listening to more chill stuff on the regular. Seems to go over well, so probably worth it, honestly. Yeah. And of course, if you're gonna draw a cat plushie or stuffed animal or whatever this is considered, you have to give the toe. Don't forget to take your time. Be patient. Try doing some warm-ups. Here's something that you can do. So this is something that I'll do every now and again, especially when it's a surface that I'm a little bit uncomfortable with. If I'm drawing like on an iPad or something like that. I'm not super great on drawing on an iPad. So there's a couple of warm-ups you can do that'll really help you out. First, of course, is circles. So you want to try to be really consistent. Sometimes I've gotten pretty warmed up, but it might look at first something like that, right? You just want to keep trying. You just want to keep going. And then eventually you'll get into the habit. And don't forget to draw with your elbow and your whole shoulder, actually. Use the whole arm. It's a good way to kind of get used to the surface. And the other way is do vertical lines. We try to make it as even as possible. Just try to make it as nice as possible. If you have to go slow, go slow. It's all about warming up. We're just warming up. Maybe do that a couple times. Give that a shot. And if it's not perfectly even, that's alright. Key is just to try. So try to be conscientious of your drawings. And of course you can do horizontal lines as well. That's a really good one. People don't do this a whole lot. So they have to spin their canvas a whole lot. Their lines aren't very strong when they have to do kind of awkward places, but that's a really good one. That's something that can get you really used to doing those kind of tougher lines. And then another really good one is mark down 2 points on the screen and then evenly connect them. And just try to be Nice and consistent. Again, if you have to go slow, go slow. It doesn't have to be a perfect one right now. Just warming up. And then the last one, take 4 dots. This one's tricky. Now what you're going to want to try and do is you're going to want to try to connect all of those dots to a single line. This one's the hardest one in my opinion. But it's really good for just forcing you to kind of lead your eye. When did I think I found my art style? The second I started drawing my own stuff. That's how art styles work, in my opinion. Now, it doesn't mean I was very good at it. But the thing is that I think that people put too much emphasis on finding their art style as if it's this thing you need to discover. The fact of the matter is, if you draw what you want to draw, right, and you're not doing like, you're not taking something and going like, oh, I like what's a good example? Like comic books, like superhero, like Batman or something like that, right? It's like I want to draw like you know, how I see it in this comic book and stuff like that. If you stop doing that, that doesn't mean you don't take inspiration, but it doesn't mean that you're like, oh, I want to draw like that, right? If you stop being like, well, I want to draw like that, and you say, well, let me just draw, and you're going to naturally be inclined towards what you like, right? And if you sit down and you think about what you like, it's like, oh, well, I like that part of it. That doesn't look so good. I wonder if I could change like the eyes. I wonder if I can change them. Then right there, you've already found your style. You're already refining your style. So I always tell my students, don't worry about style. Just work on your fundamentals, or draw what you, or do 2 things. Draw what you want to draw, and work on your fundamentals. The 2 will intertwine, and you'll have your style before you even know it. And it was always really funny when I started out and really started sharing my work. A lot of people were like, "Oh wow, like I've never seen anyone who draws like exactly like what you do." And it's like, well, it's because I just draw what I want to draw. All right, well, that was all of that music. Shoot. I really like the ghost music. A lot of other stuff. So, are you in Ibis right now, or are you in a different program? Uh, Dang, this person has a ton of music here. What's that? Let's do. Let's try this. Okay, so you're on Ibis Paint. All right. Good luck. Don't forget to be patient with yourself. It can definitely get frustrating, that's for sure. But the key is to just take it easy. That's legitimately like what I've really found is make sure you're nice and relaxed. Just kind of let the pen do its work. Kind of like what Bob Ross says, you know, let the brush strokes work. Okay. Let's do the bunny. Boy, it's really gotten dark now. Funny how that happens. Playlist is nice. I like this. Peacefulness is the key to success, indeed. Let's start. Kind of stepping into like witch house territory. Would that be? That's funny. Time is at 8:30. Yeah, that's enough time to do the pig. The only problem is we have a little bit of a tangent there. Let me see if I can't fix that a bit more definition. That's better. The other side won't matter. Okay, this pig might be the cutest thing I've ever drawn. Oh, I wouldn't say that. Remember, take your time. It's only impossible for now. The more you do it, the better you'll get. The more your hand will learn. Give your hand time to learn. Where the rabbit is? Yeah, it's pretty adorable. I still like the smiley octopus as well. Alright, but I really probably should call it there. So. We'll do the bookshelf next time. Teacup pigs. Oh, those are the really little pigs. I think I've seen those. An awesome design. Save it for war, full of war pigs. Ooh. Black Sabbath up in here. All right, let's see here. Oh, one last thing to do. Little seam lines. Oh, and his shirt. Yeah, I like that. All right. Okay, so let's take one last look. All right. Oh, one more thing. Cover. Barely an impression there, and a little bit more of an impression down here. There we go. Yeah, this room's really coming along. Man, shout out to all the background artists. You guys are crazy. Background artists are cracked. They do stuff like this all the time, and they do it fast, man. I mean, granted, they work on it full time because they're actually being paid, but still. A lot of dedication. Line art's tricky. You want to be careful with it. It's a delicate balance. I used to really struggle with line work. I think the biggest thing that really helped me with line work is pen control. That's a big part. That really helps. But also learning how to direct the essence of the line. So when you have situations like if we have a character and we sketch out the character, actually, let's take another look at Sammy here. So this is a sketch for Sammy, right? She is not like her final thing. But if we were to lower it down, what I'm thinking for the ink is I'm thinking, okay, I want something nice and bold across the bottom. Why do I want something nice and bold? Because that's where a lot of light is being lost, right? You're still thinking with light when you do your line work, right? Sketching, not so much. Sketching is a lot more freeform, and you can kind of fill in the gaps of light with your mind. But when you do ink, you're a lot more focused on, okay, this is the real deal. It has to look right, right? And so again, we're gonna do a thicker line at the top of the side of her face, and we're gonna go down thinner. Why? Because the light isn't catching the bottom of her chin as much. We want her chin to look more narrow and thin, because it is. She doesn't have much of a chin. Again, we go back here, lots of light is getting lost in the back, behind the back of her jaw, right? So it's much darker. It's a lot more of a thing. For the eyes, kind of the same thing. On the back, we have some shape. Front. For things. Again, for the little doohickeys around her head. And you're aware that there's crossing edges. And I'm not being too precise with it, right? I'm letting the kind of roughness of the brush kind of do its work. I'm still, in essence, bringing in sort of the energy of that sketch. And it takes time, it takes patience to figure out what works and what doesn't. That's why you never want to stop. Because every time you're doing, you're learning. And that's the key to making good art. I do really like drawing Sam and all of these characters. I'll share some of the others here. So, but yeah, that's kind of the idea. So if we take away that sketch, see we have our line work. Not the best, not the prettiest, not the most perfect, but it doesn't need to be. Just right. Okay. So that's kind of what goes through my head. It is a struggle. It's definitely a struggle. Never let it be known that it isn't a struggle. Or rather, never let it be said. Well, I'll always be trying. All right, let's go ahead. What else have I got around here? So I'll show you the first one. This is the very first one I drew of this project. So this is old art, like I said. And fun fact, so this idea, this story called Creatures, was inspired by a dream I had. And I was this character. I was Charlie. And I even had the number 8 jersey. So I since have kind of developed his look a bit more obviously. What is this one? This is just another sketch of him. Him at his most like gremlin. That's funny. When did I do this one? This was 2021. Wow, really? Wow, that's funny. What else? It's an old one. Here's an old inking I did. This one was kind of fun. I really enjoyed this one. I learned a lot doing this one. I got some really good advice for kind of cluttering it up from a friend. I was trying to do kind of a really rough kind of hatching style at the time, and I've since really refined that. This is where my kind of heavy ink style really started. But I still like this piece. Definitely rough, but has a charm to it. It was kind of an interesting dream. It was kind of spooky too. It had some real spooky parts to it. I also did a test. I was doing some more inking tests with all the characters. So these are the 5 characters: Lynn, Sammy, Charlie, Milla, and actually it's Millie, funny enough, and David. See if I can. I want to make sure that. Yeah, there we go. Mobile can see it all. So yeah, these are the 5 kind of main characters, and one of them is still human. This I actually learned a lot doing this piece. I learned a lot with in regards to lighting, because what I was actually doing with this is actually an animation timeline, and I was changing the where the lighting was, and then I was doing the lighting based on that. So I actually learned a lot from this piece. I always wanted to finish it. I wanted to go all the way around and then maybe like in between it and then have it be like really smooth. I think that would have looked really cool. Never got around to it though. The alley piece? Yeah. No, I like this one. I like how this one came out. Funny enough, I did print this one and send it to a friend a long time ago as a kind of gesture. What else have I got in this project? Oh, this was a kind of an interesting one. This was a expressionist piece I did, where I was kind of testing out a really bizarre style of hatching based on turn of the century German expressionist styles. It came out interesting. It was kind of neat, and the logo and everything like that. I still like that logo. Let's see, what else have I got here? Shoes. Bunch of drawing of shoes, or lack thereof, for some of the characters. Shoes are really fun to draw. I don't know. There's something really fun about shoes. All right, where's the older stuff? Oh yeah, this was another character, Mikey. He's significant in certain spots in the story. But it was fun kind of playing around with the expression of his tail, the way he kind of wraps it around or has it heightened and stuff like that. Absolute rat kid. What else? I think this was the one where I was really starting to figure out Millie. It's so funny looking back at this older artwork and just, man, structure. Fun fact, she used to actually be an octopus girl. I think I might. Yeah, this was her initial design. I ended up changing it though. So this is a really old piece. This was 2016 as well. Oh yeah, this one, Real Talk. This was a fun one because I was really playing around with the perspective of it on it. Um, trying to kind of, this is when I started really using like grids and stuff like that. That's another thing. Don't forget to use grids. Grids are your friend. Grids are very good. Yeah, no, definitely. There's expression in it, right? It's a part of the body language of a character if they have it. It's the same with ears. It's why I like doing like floppy ears and stuff like that. So it's really fun about my little gremlin character, Grem. He has those big floppy ears that really like they're an integral part to his expression. Another Sammy sketch. This is when I was sort of starting to figure out the style. Let me see. What else have we got? I have a lot of stuff that's not particularly interesting. I have like this old studies I did because I needed to do a lot of different kids that have been turned into animals. So I was like limpets, squids. Tried to do an isopod, but that one didn't really turn out. Newt, aardvark, platypus. That's a vole or something like that. Armadillo. And then I did a few of these. Just kind of playing around. Sammy Sue. Nice. Yeah, I can't remember why I called her Sammy. It just felt like a very like nautical name at the time, I guess. What else? Oh yeah, so this has Titus, another character. He's not a main character, but he plays a role. He's a tarantula kid. He was kind of fun. And I was playing around with more like perspective stuff as well at this time, trying to figure it out. This is later. This is 2020. So I had really started to kind of figure out the style. Oh, and then this one. I never did finish this one. And again, I was trying to kind of do that really rough hatching style. Truth be told, this is when I really started to come to the conclusion that like rough hatching ain't it, at least for me. I could probably do it better now in terms of rough hatching, but I like the composition. It was a lot of fun. Maybe I'll redo this one of these days when I actually start working on the story idea again. Oh yeah, and then this is probably the best sketch of David I've done. Just that nonchalance. Anything else to really go over? Not really. Except for Spider Girl. Oh, that's funny. I forgot to do did that arm. But yeah, her design was fun. I was really enjoying it. Anyway, that'll be enough of that. Going down the old art route. I might do that again though. It's always fun to go back down the old art route, and makes me really want to draw these characters more and work on them a bit more. So hope to get to do that. I do want to work on the story again, but it's not the time, not right now. But I can still do some stuff, I'm sure. Anyway, we made a lot of progress. I'm really happy. I'm really happy with how the room's turning out. I think it looks nice and lived in, and covers a lot of the different interests of the character. And I want it to look like just various things from her growing up being just around, you know. So one day she's into something, and the next day she's into something else. All right. But I am going to wrap it up here. I will be back. I probably will not be back on Tuesday. I'm actually going to be going into a doctor's appointment. And that being said, I don't know if I'm going to be available Thursday either. It really depends on what comes of it. Hopefully nothing serious. It shouldn't be anything serious, but I may go into surgery this sometime like later this month or something like that. Depends. Like I said, nothing. Hopefully nothing serious. Shouldn't be anything serious, but yeah, I gotta get that taken care of. But like the characters in so many, yeah, there's a lot. There's a lot of characters in that story. That was a tough one to write because there were so many characters, so many different arcs and stuff like that. I don't know. I might share that script with some people in the different discords and stuff like that, just to get some eyeballs on it, get some feedback. It'd be nice. But anyway, so yeah, I might not be available next week. That's actually really why I wanted to stream today. I was thinking of not streaming today because I've been just my health for a couple reasons hasn't been the best, and I was like, I don't know if I feel like it. But I'm really glad I did, because this was like a really great stream. Like, honestly, this was like one of the best streams I've had in a long time. So really, really nice. I really, really appreciated it. So yeah, I look forward to doing this again soon, hopefully. If not next week, then the week after. But we'll see. It depends on my schedule and all that kind of stuff. So we'll see. But yeah, I do really appreciate it, guys. Went for 3.5 hours. I was not expecting to go for that long. So very happy about that. Very happy about the progress made. But that all being said, thank you guys so much for stopping by. I really do appreciate it. Every single time. Appreciate the new subs. If you haven't already and you're interested, feel free to subscribe. That being said, I'm gonna go and leave it there, and I'll catch you guys later. Have a good one. Keep up the good work. Keep up the artwork. Remember, you can draw. And I'll see y'all later. Goodbye.